Hey there, everyone. Paul Peulevé Baker here. First of all, thanks to Monks, Tim, Tony, and all of you for letting me share this little video. I hope the festival is going well. I'm sure it is, with that gang in charge. And I wish I could be with you in gruesome flesh, but I'm actually calling to you from Nicaragua, Nicaragua. La flor más linda de mi querer. Oh, Nicaragua, Nicaragüita. Oh, lovely flower, flower of my heart. Overflowing with purest water, Nicaragüita. Blood of Dirian. Nicaragua, were my adopted country, yeah. And that's a wonderful introduction, that's a wonderful introduction to the main theme one of the main themes of this video. But I've got about 100, so I'd better get on with it. And so as you're going around the festival, you will see these marvelous posters. And we have a little sociodrama to explain how they work. So stand by. Okay, so here's the poster, and here's the relevant part, and here's my beloved daughter, Vanessa, who's playing the part of your part as a festival guard. Super. So the picture comes up, the book comes up, and then Vanessa touches the little arrow at the side and turns the pages. There we go. 1, 2, and there's touch.
Tenemos que traer al link.
So if you touch the link, then Víctor Jara comes up, and he's talking and singing about his music, okay? And there, wait a sec, there he is, being interviewed on Peruvian television just 2 months before he was killed. Okay, so that's all there is to it, guys. Thank you for our stars, Vanessa and Anthony Mateo. Sorry, again, dame a little wave again, please. There we go. All right, so long, guys. Thanks so much. So there we are. Let's have a change of shirts, why not? Jara presente. Absolutely wonderful, don't you think? Quite apart from the exquisite, and not to bore you, unique bilingual versions. The mechanics of the whole thing, I mean, how they do it, it's so beautiful, so amazing. You know, and to have it in your own phone, just like that, and to be able to link to all the links, it's just magical, you know. As I had this little saying, phones are marvelous as tools rather than toys, and there's a perfect example. And on top of everything else, there's no huge investments in time and dosh in printing or posting. Imagine trying to post from Nicaragua. Hey, man, that is quite a challenge. And best of all of that means far less environmental damage. I won't go on, but with September, Víctor Chile month coming right up, maybe a few ideas as to how to use this Albuk may come in handy. I call it an album book. Anyone with a better name would be good, but it's because it's both a songbook and at the same time an album. So an album book, okay, so try better, can do better, I'm sure. Anyway, I'm unable to tour for various reasons, but delighted to be able to be with you thus online. So would your local group, you know, faith community, school, college, football club, just testing, library be interested in a free online presentation based on the Albuk book? Not just to twangle one's own guitar, but to to discuss how it was inspired by Joan Jara lending me Victor's own guitar one evening when I was helping in a very marginal way with the first concert since the coup to be held in the stadium where he was tortured and murdered. And then the whole US coup, how Chile and so much of Latin America is currently falling to Trump clones and so on. As a really important added plus, such events actually raise funds for your own work by sharing the donation basket. 50-50 or 40-60 to you, whatever makes sense, because, that's a really good thing. And it's a great incentive to actually have the event too. Also have a new program, Víctor Jara Songs of Love. Again, wonderful stuff, not just Te Recuerdo Amanda, beautiful as that is, but exquisite songs expressing love not only for Joan, his wife, but also for dogs and horses and cats and even balls made out of rags. So that's really lovely. And then maybe your home choir or would like to learn some English versions to share. People do say they're quite helpful. And then lastly, why not, for the moment at least, why not offer them for donation, sell them by this same QR process to raise support for your own work. We'd be grateful for a small cut, of course, to keep our work going, if possible, but it's not required. Music is sacred. Victor gave us his songs lovingly and freely, and at least in this way we can keep the work going to continue his struggle. All of this leads to what's now up on screen, various topics that may be of interest to you and yours post-festival as well. One is Trump, Venezuela, Cuba, and Nicaragua, a more detailed version of what I've just been tootling on about. Then Sandino, maybe the first true rainbow warrior, okay. Obviously Sandino is best known for chucking the gringos out. Okay, that's neat, okay, good. But his goal of his revolution was community, a land-based, based in indigenous wisdom, free education for all, no money, gender equality, all kinds of great stuff, as not only the ideal community or structure of society for Nicaragua, but indeed for the whole world. And if there's anything we really need at the present time, that is it. And so he becomes the true revolutionary of this century, a true revolutionary hero of this century. Like last century, Che Guevara, running around, doing important stuff, getting rid of Batista and so on in Cuba with Fidel and all of that. But in our possibly end times, sorry, that's the possibly end times, they're tearing the roof off here at the moment, the winds. What more could we possibly ask for than that example of community rooted in the land and indigenous wisdom as the model for society going forward? Okay, so that's a very important one. And then there's a marginally less important one, which is I kind of basically entitled Carthusian Hermit to Calling for Global Strike for Survival. And that's basically my kind of weird story from being an absolute hermit in my early 20s through to now being, a haranguer of everybody that I can possibly get my hands on. And indeed, beginning the idea of calling for a global strike for survival against particularly the oil companies, because as you know, I'm sure, they are raking it in close to $100 billion in profits in 3 months, thanks to the war. There's BP, Exxon, all of those guys, thanks to the Iran war. And we can't let that moment go. And so the idea would be to develop, and it'd be lovely to be able to talk and discuss this with you in a online context. It's just Zoom calls, that's all. how we could go develop a strike for survival, because it's absolutely vital. And I'm thinking in doing that of Greta Thunberg. You remember that photo? I'll put it up, of her sitting, poor little thing, all curled up outside her, I think it was the government building in Sweden, yeah. And with her sign. And that's how the whole Fridays for Climate began. And we need to go bigger and more complete in terms, well, that's not really fair, but to go beyond that now. That was a great start, and now we need to take the next step. Okay, so that's enough from me. Enjoy the festival. Do check out the poster when you get a chance, and please do download, or into your phones, the wonderful. I thought I heard sweet Victor singing, flip book, album book, whatever you want to call it. And if at all possible, do give a donation to do that. That would be tremendous help to us over here, because our main fight is the fight for climate justice. And things are really tough, because in the Yanks are upgrading, if that's the word, their sanctions, and I can't tour, which is how I used to raise money to keep the fight going. So anyway, lots of love from Nicaragua, and have a great time, and talk to you soon again, I hope. Te recoger no manda, calle mojada, corriendo la fábrica donde trabajaba Manuel. La sonrisa ancha, lluvia en el pelo, no importaba nada, iba a encontrarte con él. Con él, con él, con él, con él, que partió a la sierra, que nunca hizo daño, que partió a la sierra, y en 5 minutos quedó destrozado. Suenan las sirenas de vuelta al trabajo, muchos no volvieron. Tampoco Manuel. Oh, I can see you still, a man, running in the rain, running to the factory where he was working. Your lovely smile singing, rain shining in your hair. To you nothing mattered, you were running to be with him, with him, with him, with him, Manuel. And he'd gone to the mountain, you'd never heard a fly. He'd gone to the mountain, and in 5 breathless minutes they destroyed him. The siren is sounding, back to work, back to work. So many never came home. Among them, Manuel. Te recuerdo, Manuel. Corriendo a la fábrica donde trabajaba.